You'll see that it has turned it on each one. Now let's make it into an H2 tag. And it's a little bit smaller. When we refresh that, save it, do a refresh, and you see the difference there. Now let's look at a little bit of formatting here. Let's take off the header tags here. And let's just type in some text down here, like so. Okay, so we left some lines in here and so on. Now we'll save this and refresh our page. And look what happened. It didn't put the spaces in and the lines. It just put it all in one string. And that's because we need other formatting. What we need here is either this type of tag, which is a single line break. So if we save that now, we have a single line break, or we can make it a paragraph by doing like this. We refresh. There you go. So it's important to keep your paragraph and line breaks in there so that your text flows properly. HTML editors, like the ones we talked about in video 1, that are called WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get, will automatically put these in for you, just like a word processor does as you type it in. Okay, so here's some other examples. If we put this tag here, we have to close it. Now we refresh. You notice that it turned italics. So that's how you make it show in italics. If we do this, you'll see that it's now bold. Okay, and then if we put that in and save it and refresh, you'll see that it underlined here and bolded it, and it just underlined down here. And that's because we didn't close the tag at the end of here, we closed it here. So everything between these two tags got underlined. Now we're going to talk about tables. A table is useful for defining rows and columns of data. So let's just set up a basic table here. We'll put and we can set the border, for instance. Like so. Down here we describe our rows and our columns. So we'll do a TR, which is a row. And then we'll indent this just to make it more readable. And here's a column. So this is column 1. Row 1. Okay, so you get the idea. I'll just finish up the table here and then I'll show you how it all displays and what it means. Okay, so I just finished up the code on the table. So we have here column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1. Then we have here column 1, row 2, and column 2, row 2. Now let's save this. Now let's refresh. Okay, so we have column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1. And we have column 1, row 2, and column 2, row 2. So that's how you can lay data out in a table. Now, another way to do this is with cascading style sheets that many people prefer, and it is actually a better way to do it. But there's nothing wrong with doing it this way, as if you don't know cascading style sheets. Now, there's a lot more that we can do with tables, but we're just not going to go over that right now. This is not meant to be a comprehensive course in HTML. It's just a primer so that you can see what's going on. You have to excuse my sloppy typing. Forgot to put ends on the word column, and there's an E after 2 down there. Now we're going to talk about links. Okay, to make a clickable link on our site, here's the code you got to put in. The beginning part here has to be there. It tells us it's going to be a link. And then this is your URL that goes here. Must be HTTP included on the front, or HTTPS with these 2 slashes. This bit here, target equals blank, means it'll open in a new page. If you leave that out, then it opens in the same window, just over top of the website you're on right now, just like if you're switching pages. After you've keyed this part in, you put your text that you want to be clickable here, and then you end the whole thing like that, and that's how you create a clickable link. Now if we go and have a look at that and refresh our page, there's our clickable link there. In fact, I used a real URL there instead of just a fake one. If we clicked on that, it would go to a real site.